How's it going, everyone? It is Prashan here, and I have Super Tech God with me. And we're here to talk about Captain America Brave New World. We both saw the movie, and this should be a significant movie for us both. February, Black History Month. We have a black Captain America. And yeah, what were your thoughts on this movie when you first saw it, or what was your thoughts walking into this movie?
Going on to the movie, of course, with all the bad publicity behind it, weeks ago with everybody giving heat for saying Captain America doesn't represent America, and that everybody except our reshoots and everything that was going on prior to the film actually released, so it was with the best William Hunt versus Thaddeus Ross, but all the reshoots with Harrison Ford, etc. So a lot of people were talking negative. There's a huge negative going into the film. Is listen, you got to see the movie for ourselves. Let's see what they got to say. Given everything that happened with the film, we can't just rate it based on what people are saying. So going into it, I was excited. Wanted to see what the movie would be all about. Of course, I'm happy representation is there. Black Captain America, a Mexican Falcon, and of course we get to see Red Hulk finally, right? So it was just I was just excited to see what was going to happen. And going into it, that was my thoughts. So that bad publicity, fine. Negativity, no problem. But let's see what.
Yeah. Like going into it, the whole Anthony Mackie stuff was like a little shaky. Even watching the trailers, I think the trailers showed too much Red Hulk. It was like, why are you like we know. But yeah, going into it, I don't like. It's weird to say, but after watching like the Winter Soldier, Civil War, Captain America, Civil War, like even like Captain America, the First Avenger, like those are some top tier films, and this is going against those. And I feel like no matter what, it's going to be compared to those, and I think like it's a totally different scale when it comes to those films because the nostalgia, like first time seeing all that kind of stuff. So yeah, like I feel like this movie was a weird sequel to the original Hulk back in what 2004 or 2005
8.
or 2008. Okay, like
Yeah.
almost 20 years ago, right? And spoilers. And they're talking about Thaddeus Ross and Abomination and Hulk fighting in Harlem that happened almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like almost 20 years ago. It's like, what is going on? And then, of course, like you have the Falcon and Winter Soldier, the show that was on Disney Plus. This felt like a direct sequel to that. And then, of course, you had the big Celestial that was in the ocean that Marvel has not talked about until now from the Eternals, which was pretty weird too. It's like they had to wrap that up or put that into the film too. Yeah, so it was like, all right, like okay, fine. And like I feel like this story was like an amalgamation of random stuff all throughout.
Right. And you can see it.
Oh yeah, like and even like the lady that played the Black Widow.
Ross,
Not
Black
even
Widow, not Black Widow, the lady who played in
Sabra.
who was from the
Yeah, or
yes,
yeah. Sabra. Shira Haas is the actress. Like I felt like she was even needed in the movie. It's like why is she even here? So it was pretty weird. And then like the one thing like with like Captain America in the comic books, when Falcon took over as Captain America, I think that was around the same time Obama was president. So the whole time, like you had people saying that's not my president because he's black. And I felt like they were going to have those same type of themes in this movie, especially with Anthony Mackie and all the comments he was making too. I felt like they were going to try to dive in that type of aspect. Right. So I felt like they talked about it a little bit at the end, but throughout the movie, it didn't really feel like they touched on those themes. They like grazed it a little bit, especially when like Thunderbolt Ross said, "You're not Steve Rogers." So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
but it's like, why is he not Steve Rogers? Like, come on, like
I
say
think
it.
I think that statement was because of what happened in the film. So, like Bashan said, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Um, Basically, because Winter Soldier was Cap's best friend, and he almost, well, but Winter Soldier assassinated the president of Wakanda and all those other people in the United Nations and Civil War. Remember, at that moment, Captain America wanted to save his friend from execution of doing what he did. So, in this scene, it was because this was his friend, the gentleman who was the original rep to suit him back in Winter Soldier, got his name now, the
Isaiah
older black
Bradley.
gentleman. He tried to kill the president. He's like, listen, Steve Rogers could pull that off. You know, tell people, hey, Winter Soldier's a good guy, Bucky's a good guy, but you're not, you know, you're not Steve Rogers, so you can't pull that off. And that makes me sound like it's a Steve Rogers put in work before he can actually say, hey, he's my guy, calm down. Sam Wilson, you just got here, so yeah, you can't just sit back and be like, oh, yeah, he tried to kill the president off. Yeah, he is. I think that's where that scene came from, which I love that scene. That still was a perfect scene. It kind of set the tone, right? Because you're absolutely right. I think this film was trying to do a couple of things, and it did some things right and did some things wrong, right? Mm-hmm. So, as you mentioned, the original Hulk movie came out back in 2008, and because of Universal or whatever that's going with them at Disney and MCU, they can't make another Hulk movie. So that is lost into Hulk. So they wanted to kind of wrap that story up, and it just sucks that they had to take Captain America's spotlight in this film, because in reality, this film is about Thaddeus Ross. You know, what they wanted to show is that, you know, Sam Wilson take on the mantle, and he can lead a team without having superpowers. So we might have jokes when we watch, you know, when we go to DC side of things, WB, so the DC heroes always use their heart off the villains out of doing crazy things. Especially on the sky, especially on that. They use their heart. Hey, don't do this stuff. And that's what, you know, Sam Wilson did in this film. Right? He had to use his heart to be like, hey, well, you can just knock me out one time. But that's not what you mean. So to show that compassion, to show fearlessness, to show leadership, basically when everything went through with the whole Pan versus America for the adamantium, that is to give us, the watchers, a glimpse into here is a leader that can actually lead a New York. That was what their main thing was, and they pulled it off. It just sucked that it had to be wrapped up in this whole other storyline of the leader. That is wrong. The Celestial just as adamantium. What?
Yeah, like
we didn't need all.
Yeah, it was so much going on, and even like the Serpent Society stuff that they cut out, like it was very like, because Sidewinder was an antagonist too, and he worked for the leader, or the leader was his buyer. Like it was just random, like a agglomeration of stuff where I was like, dude, this doesn't make sense. It makes sense, but it doesn't. And I feel like the leader, even this is a huge spoiler too. Like when Sam Wilson's friend dies, he actually asks the leader, "What's his name?" And the leader says, "I'm a hero," or "I'm the hero." And I'm like, dude, just say your freaking name. Say you're the leader. Like,
right.
I
leader at all.
No, like no one knows who he is. He's just Samuel Stearns.
Yeah,
like that's
we know based on the comic books or what we read or lore. But if you had no idea going to this movie, yeah, he's just you know, no one in.
Yeah, so it's like there's no backstory behind him. They didn't really show everything leading up to this. Like they didn't show what happened in the past 20 years to make him go crazy. They didn't show what he did for Ross. Like that would have been pretty cool if he was just behind the scenes making his calculations, doing all this stuff for Ross, even telling him the calculations of him becoming president, even him being the one to tell him to shave his mustache because he would win by this certain amount of percentage. Like all of that stuff would have been amazing if they were able to like pull that off or put that in there instead of just making him like the weird man. Even if he was the man in the shadows, just show all of that leading up after like Sidewinder says all that stuff. So I feel like a lot of things were missed in the story. I really like the highlight of like, or the, I guess, the camaraderie between him, Joaquin Torres, and then Isaiah Bradley, because Isaiah Bradley got done dirty in the past, and then he got done dirty in this film again.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even go outside again if I was him.
Yeah, at this point, I'm done. Yeah, fact. But I agree. I think take a step back and look at the whole thing, like you said, from the beginning. The whole beginning opening scene was very
Oh yeah,
the going into Mexico and fighting villains, and then we get a glimpse of Sideliner, and it's like, okay, this person got fired, and we have Anthony Mackie fight this guy. I know what the purpose is there, but it's kind of like, okay, and then the show, you don't have the show he is not, you don't have the serum. So it's like, okay, you get it. Then we go to Joaquin Torres, I'm gonna start the day, they get down and into them, all that's cool, we get that story good. I like the flow on that level of we get action, story, and story, action. So I like that. Well, like we said, it's just it's all over the place, but I got the message. I understood. You are a movie watcher, MCU, and you watch all the other MCU movies. You will need to watch a few things going.
yeah, tons of homework.
Because because you, like you say, they don't really explain a lot. So was it taken out? Did they not go out putting it in? But you're right. If we got in the beginning, we got Anthony Mackie at a bar. Vanderbilt has the mustache, running for president. And then we go 5 months later, like could have been covered with some other thing, whether it be a prologue, whether it be something, showing Thaddeus Ross, Peter in the his brain, and then fast forward and giving us some type of, it could have been a cartoon drawing or still pictures of the leader, like you said, telling him, hey, you need to cut your mustache. Hey, you need to do this. Because he did say that. He did say, just said that at all. So to me, it's like, it wasn't voters, it was actually the leader. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, these things could have been brought. They should have showed that. They didn't have to show the pills, but that could have been later on that we found it. But at least, hey, he was dying, he needed help, telling him this stuff. Totally agree with you. That would have been one good thing that they could check off and say, okay, I don't have to watch the original Hulk to know this person is behind.
Yeah.
Watch Winter Soldier and Captain America, Captain Falcon and Winter Soldier to understand who these people are, right? So it's time, and it's set, and then the Eternals, even that should have been put up in a still picture. Like the Eternals battled this celestial, and they read it, and I was frozen. Like all these things could have been shown in a quick photo, which kind of caught us up. And I think we've been happy. Like,
yeah, I feel like Marvel makes us do too much homework in the beginning of these films, and I feel like this was a film that had so much going on where you could have actually told the whole story and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
I would have been fine with it. Yeah, so like, even trying to humanize the Red Hulk a little bit with that phone call with Betty that felt super awkward.
Force. Yeah, super force.
Yeah. And then even like at the end when he's on the raft and she's talking to him in person, even in person, it feels awkward and bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Look like they weren't really there. Right? It looks like Betty was really there.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it was like weird. Like I was like, all right, dude, like you didn't even need her. You should have cut her out. I think they just used her for the cherry blossoms and for Anthony Mackie to calm him down.
And I thought it was going to happen. Watching the film, I thought, he's going to call the daughter. She's going to show up at the place with the blossoms and be like, calm him down. He calmed down. Which I thought was going to.
Yeah.
But again, we didn't do that. But that whole scene, I mean, it's some great scenes. I'm going to go a little bit back. The scene with him fighting the U.S. fighter pilots who are under leader's control to stop them from attacking the Japanese warship. That was an awesome scene. If you guys like that and those type of aerial plane movies, that was a great scene.
Yeah, very good scene.
Like that. Also like the scene at the end with the Red Bull.
Oh yeah.
We'll complain about CGI, but like this kind kind of worked. I did like everything about it. It just sucks that that's the only time we showed the Red Hulk, and that was it.
Well,
So it's
they
kinda like,
did cut cost. If you notice, you didn't see Red Hulk go back down to President Ross. They showed a shadow.
we did.
They showed a shadow.
Yeah, we saw
No,
him all the bleeding. My buddy, man, I thought we saw him.
No. no, they showed the shadow. He was Red Hulk, and then they went down CGI. They showed the shadow of him
Steve
going
actually
down.
turned into Red Hulk.
Yeah. Oh no, they didn't show him like. Well, I don't even think they really showed him turning, and then they didn't really show him going back. So like, no, they
No.
did not.
Coming back.
No.
Okay, okay.
So if you look at if,
Well, they see turning
All right,
back.
more-
I said him just
more homework, She-Hulk. If you watch She-Hulk on Disney Plus, they even talk about CGI, how much
Yeah.
it costs.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, like come on. It was like a joke within a joke. I'm like, come on. But
You're right.
that scene was awesome.
Back, we saw him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
Chelsea was phenomenal. The fight scene, and I think, like I said, this this film could have had many other ways.
oh yeah,
So one thing I'm going to say, I do not this stage stories. I think we're beyond that. When it comes to normal characters, right, whether it be Captain America, which I didn't like the first Avenger, so we're gonna, Winter Soldier is definitely top 5 movie.
oh yeah.
But
And
first
Civil
Avenger,
War, I don't even count that as a Captain America movie. That's
No,
just
you
another
can't.
Avengers movie. That's cheating.
we need a Spider-Man origin. We need a lot of origin. I like that. But when you introduce a new character on this level, we had the origin story, Winter Soldier. And just think again, for those people who didn't watch the Disney Plus film, they needed something to kind of withstand. Like even a playback of Sam talking to old Cap at the end of Endgame would have been would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Again, we don't know the budget, we don't know the cost. I mean, I'm a big wrestling fan. I know Seth Rollins is supposed to be in the film, and they cut his whole thing out, so I don't know what part he was supposed to be in the film. A lot of things changed in this film, and I mean, so what happened? And like I said, I still like the film. I like the movie for what it was. Want that awesome scene with him in spoilers, Bucky in the hotel room, in the hospital room. I mean, that was a cool scene.
Yeah.
We got, again, a little bit of story, but I can go back to what you say. Look, so from the Black Widows, did it? They didn't.
No.
Oh, at all.
It seemed like it was something weird with the story as far as like the president being assassinated, like the assassination attempt, because it felt like there were certain specific people that were shooting at him, and then they cut that part of the story, and then if you fast forward, like the guy in the prison just shoots them. That way they just end their story and they're done. So I was like, okay, it seems like there was something more there, but they just ended it.
Yeah, well, I wish they could have developed this a whole lot more. Really would have enjoyed that had to be Winter Soldier level, but it could have definitely been a Civil War. The whole Bucky thing, right, with them finding out Bucky killed his parents and him being brainwashed by Gino. Like we could have went that whole and the leader, kind of be like Baron Zemo, right? Like you see him doing these things and he's brainwashed people, and it builds up to a higher thing, and then everyone goes to chaos.
Or even taking it back to the Sokovia Accords, like it could have been the leader, like controlling Ross back then, saying you have to do this in order to do that, and we're like, oh crap, like he did all that, like what, like that would have been insane, but that was a total missed opportunity by them.
Yeah, and the Patriot was in Winter Soldier, which is what's his name's grandson.
Isaiah Bradley's. Yeah.
But yeah, Patriot. We got all in this film.
No.
And if we're going Black History Month, that would have been a perfect, time to introduce him into this film. If somebody brought Ironheart into Wakanda Forever, it would be awesome to have Patriot, because they're aiming for this young Avengers thing. So why didn't we get the Patriot in this film?
Yeah.
But yeah, it really, So
or even showed like an old mission from like Isaiah Bradley's days, like as his Captain America. That would have been cool to see too, like an old scene of him going through.
Yeah, I agree. And again, like I said, they picked the perfect month. Just like how the first Black Panther came out, it was Black History Month, and they got the support they needed. And I really hope we support this movie as well. You know,
Yeah,
granted, while we're being critical about it, we're talking from both a fan of the Marvel universe and a fan of movies. We're gonna say our part to it. Not to say I enjoyed it. So while we did not enjoy it,
yeah.
yeah, you know, we just see the issues and what they could have done to make it like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, I hope they don't. How they don't like waver, right? If Anthony Mackie is not his film,
Yeah.
I'm not out to this his film.
No.
Remember this film, Captain America Part 2, or whatever you pray we will 2, whatever you want to do. The next Cap movie with him getting the team together. Let's focus on that. And I think, as long as we keep him in that realm, I'll be happy because at they're saying that he's supposed to be the next leader of the center. And if that's the case, if they decide not to make him the leader, but make him one of the leaders, like how Cap and Iron Man's kind of, you know, tag teaming the leading of the Avengers,
Yeah.
I was fun. But you know, I see this change. I'm excited to see what's next. I know we have the Thunderbirds coming out.
Fantastic Four.
That's it's going to be another awesome that. It's based on the trailer we see. It looks like they're not in the same universe. We'll tell you all that. They're in a different universe in an olden time.
Yeah.
Or seeing Galactus show up. I think we finally get Galactus to do the thing and destroy that world. Once they can do the 616 world, how to get things going. The post-credit scene in this film, how did you think?
It makes sense. It makes sense, but I don't need the leader to tell me. Like, to be honest, like, what's going on? Like, have Captain America start the new Avengers. Like, why is he going? Was he wearing the same clothes? Did he just visit Ross and then visit
Nah, he
leader?
changed. Like you call it, you got a red shirt this time.
So he went back to visit the. Come on, no, that's he's locked up, dude. Just form the Avengers. That's all you have to do.
The way they leave, they're like they want this film to fail. Like they try to make it fail. Post credit scene did not need the leader to tell him that. Totally agree. This post credit scene really a flash forward into that future. Would love to see whether the leader, something else, either celestial being allowed to celestial, something. The same way Iron Man was able to see the future of the Avengers die when he went up into the something to spark in Sam Wilson's mind to show him the future of another set of Avengers coming to attack this Earth's Avenger.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a great post-credit scene. You didn't have to show people's faces. You could show Sam Wilson because he's in it, right? Show him leading a team behind him, whether it be with Torres or whatever else. And then, of course, seeing them going up against a whole new set of Avengers. So to give us a whole Doomsday, or give us the Doomsday. Give us our boy, Iron Man. What's his name again?
Dr. Doom?
Dr. Doom, but what's his name?
Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah.
They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that for this movie.
I think that is what was needed. Give us that look into the future, whether it be, whether it is still, whether it be cartoon, or will be some type of way to just show us a post-credit scene of what's to come. That would have been better. To have him having a conversation with the leader gave me back to, again, I'm mentioning DC, the new Batman movie, where the post-credit scene was Batman talking to a Joker we can't see behind it. Like, to me, that doesn't feel good, right? Us seeing him talking to the leader was just like,
and it was Captain Obvious, too. It's like, dude, we know what's coming. Like, come on. Like, we don't need this. Like, come on, bro. We know what's coming. We had an incursion at the end of, like, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of, like, come on.
Yeah, even if they had Doctor Strange show up and tell him, hey, this is what I saw, my third eye. And then
Yeah.
here come that vision.
You don't even have to pay him. Get Wong. Get something.
And do something.
Yeah.
But even to show this vision, right? And even if they didn't show us the vision, they just show Anthony Mackie freaking out and his eyes like open up to like what's going on and it just ended there. I would be fine with that.
Yeah. That way it sets the urgency of creating a whole new Avengers team. But
Correct.
ball dropped on that one too. So, and then same thing, Red Hulk is locked up, so we don't know if we'll see Red Hulk again. We don't know if we'll see Leader again. So that's that. You just got one little act of Red Hulk, and then that's it. I don't know. That doesn't feel good.
It doesn't. And even though they probably shouldn't have showed us Red Hulk in the trailer.
But I feel like no one would have went to watch the movie if we didn't have Red Hulk.
That's what happened.
To be honest,
That's what happened.
Toys wouldn't have been sold.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. They use Red Hulk to put butts in seats, but they shouldn't have given us that. I don't know. The one time Red Hulk it was bad.
Yeah,
hatred bad.
Yeah, like I don't know. But out of 1 out of 10, what do you give this film?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I'm thinking it's around like 6-ish. It's a 6. Like it's middle of the road MCU. It's not like Love or Thunder or like why do they keep on giving Thor movies when he only has like one good one?
Yes, he has one good one, guy. One good one.
Yeah.
Which is Ragnarok.
He only have one good movie, and they keep on getting. I think they might give him another one. Whatever.
They need to wrap up him with Hercules, which I hope is.
Yeah. So that's another thing with the end credit scene too. I think they didn't want to go too far with it because we had Kang at the end of Ant-Man, which he'll never be seen again. And then
they said they want him to come back, so we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe just to kill him, just for Doom to kill him. That's it. And then like you have the Hercules scene, and then you have the Star Fox and Pip scene at the end of Eternals. Like there's so many loose ends in the MCU where I think they tried to play it safe and had the leader be Captain Obvious and tell us the obvious thing.
I guess so. I mean, it is what it is. I still think, as you guys can see, on my scores, you need to go check it out.
Yeah,
a 6 and a 7. Get out. I know a lot of places give it 5 or less. 6 or 7 that means the movie's good. It's not phenomenal. It is not it. Just go ahead and check it out.
Yeah. So from a critic's standpoint, they're not liking the movie, but from a fan standpoint, they're liking the movie and find it somewhat enjoyable. So, and then that's what's been happening lately, anyways. The critics have been slamming movies, but once the fans start seeing the movies, then the scores go up. I think that happened with Venom, the last dance too. Like so, and that was an enjoyable film. I don't think it was like I don't know, pure cinema, but it was just a movie to see, like on a date night or something.
Of course, great. And this film had to do 3 things. Always Red Hulk in action, they did. Always, Captain America doing Captain America shit, they did.
Yeah.
And had the gentleman, I forgot his name, who was from Breaking Bad, and something cool. And he did. Right?
Yeah.
Like, he blew up absolutely, and then he had big dialogue, and then, of course, have Sam and Harrison Ford. Like, you know that. It's just throw it around with a kind of comedy.
Yeah, and then this is what bothered me too. He was in handcuffs out in the open.
What was up with that?
What? I don't know. Whatever. He's probably escaped already. Like he's gone.
Sure. And like I said, I hope the next Captain America movie focuses on Cap.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sidewinder and his people are the ones that are the threat to Cap, right? They're the ones that are causing the issues, and Captain has to hand as well start rounding up the Avengers, right? The new Avengers. I think that's what the next film should be. Next film should be his Winter Soldier, where it's focused on him and not what we just got. And you know what? The biggest movie of the original Hulk, your story is wrapped up, guys. Congratulations. Wrapped up your Hulk story. I don't know how we had a Hulk film without Bruce Banner, without his son, without She-Hulk, we did it all. We just got that one red. You know what? They wrapped it up. Now, let's focus on
Yeah.
all winning the league. I think this story with the other Hulks could have been a show. This could have been another show.
Yeah.
This could have also been in Winter Soldier and Buck. Winter Soldier and Captain Buck. This could have been Arlo thing.
Or even Isaiah Bradley going to trial or something, and she's his lawyer. Like, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
But
There it is.
I don't know. They missed the mark on some things, but overall, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
So that is it for us. I know we're a little bit critical on this film, but we really do like it. I swear. So, till next time, be safe and peace out.
Snap.